Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Today is the 9th. The mattress is coming today. But we also want to say goodbye to a Prince Philip of the UK who has passed away at 99 years old. Obviously, he was born around 1919. He had a pretty long life. And of course, Rusty's here. And so, unfortunately, he passed on after 99. That was a long life for a man who, obviously, I believe, was the husband of Queen Elizabeth II. So, yeah, he has left the building. Of course, we also will be leaving the building a little earlier today because we have to wait for the mattress guys to come and bring the new mattress and take the old one to the skip. So I figured we'd start a little early so that we could at least try to get some more content in than would have been missed otherwise. Come on, Rusty, you're gonna have to move a little bit. Come on, yeah. He's a shaggy kitty cat. So because I'm early, a lot of you probably don't know I was on yet. I usually start at about 15 minutes from now, and I started early, knowing full well that the guys are expected to come between 11:30 and 1:30. So for that reason, I have to be here. It's just like the cable company or the gas or the electric, right? Between the hours of 11:30 and 1:30. So, and of course, unlike the phone company, the cable company, or the gas company, it's going to be a relatively simple process to drop the new mattress onto my existing frame, and a new foundation and mattress onto my existing frame, take the old one out to the dumpster or wherever they're going to put it on their truck after they bring it to their recycling center. So, Rusty's here, obviously. Let's see if we can get a picture of him in here for the morning. Yeah. Rusty the cat is here. Now, the next question is going to be, are we going to be able to have our morning panel today? I looked at the message from BBE and what his so-called demands. And the word demands is right, because the fact is he was saying that he felt entitled to continue to do the kind of douchey behavior he was doing. Yeah. So I know, Rusty, you had to get in the frame. So he was just absolutely being a doofus, and I mean, he was making demands, saying that Michelle must never ever mute me. Mr. BBE, if you didn't do what you were doing, nobody would have had to mute you in the first place. 10-4, you basically were assuming that your behavior was justifiable. It's not. Okay, it's not. All right. I want to try to have a morning panel. I want to get the morning panel together, but I don't know if he's going to try to sabotage it, or maybe he's at work right now and maybe he's not going to even bother to try. I don't know. But I do have the panel ready to go. I have the panel ready to come people in. So, and we do have backup links as well, so we could always fire up a backup link if we have to. It just makes it a lot harder because when we have the panels and we have the predefined link that's bookmarked by the participants, they can usually jump right in and then they can just come right in and get started on the program. The computer is on its way. It's already packed. It's already set to be brought to the post in Utah, where it's located. So I don't know how long it's going to take it to get here from Utah, but they have to bring it to the post, and then once they put it in the post, it'll be on its way. I'm looking forward to that. I got to start getting some of the electronic components for my little projects we're going to be doing. They're really simple little projects. They're not complicated. They're just a matter of just putting some little resistors and capacitors together, and then test the circuit out. I'll be honest. I think I realizing how simple the RIA thing was to make, the equalization tool filter. I think spending the $22 for the Pile Pro PP444 was kind of a bit overkill. Of course, it's good to have as a spare, because sometimes I do get other uses for it. Now, by the way, for those of you who don't know, one input that is somewhat compatible with a magnetic cartridge is your dynamic microphone input. The levels are still a lot higher than on a moving magnet cartridge, but the most microphone inputs could technically could compensate for that in the circuit. So that's something to keep in mind. And you can see that there's a little bit of interference in the screen. Here's a hint. As far as I know, it's not from the camera, or rather, it's on the input stage. Or, in this case, it's actually from the plug here. All right. Well, anyway. I guess I get little sparkly patterns, and you know it's working. But of course, I do find it annoying because it kind of ruins the effect. So let me just check something in the other room here. About it, real quick. Yes, I have my ears on today. No, I don't have the new ears on. I have ears on. So let me put this in here. I've tried so many different kinds of connectors for these cameras. From 3-part crimp on, 2-part crimp on, 1-part screw on. I just haven't tried any of the new compression fittings. I might try some compression fittings next. But honestly, I think it'd be better just to go ahead and just replace the cables completely, because they're just old and battered, and they're not that good. Sorry, Charlie. But in a way, you know, you got to keep doing what you got to do on YouTube, you know. Play back in my microphone here. Okay, so looking forward to the new real world situation with things. I'm still kind of curious about one thing. What? All right. That man that was doing that last night, and then he starts making demands in order to not do what he was doing. What does that make you feel like? It makes me feel that he has a lack of understanding. I never realized how messed up the roof of that building next door is. You're kidding. Well, Morsel Monk never did fix the roof. They just did the interior. Looks like to me, I bet one time. Was there one time another level for that building? I don't think so. I think it was always kind of flat. Well, the way the point is that I really kind of look forward to getting people to be on the show. I really want to engage you guys. So, I mean, you guys are important to my show, and you guys are a major part of the program. And I see we have somebody coming on, Blazing Leo. I know I started early. Sorry about that. I don't know why they didn't send out notifications. But then again, YouTube does stupid stuff like that. So that's nothing I can do about YouTube's not sending the notifications out. The panel is open. We are going to have we're going to try to use the regular panel link this morning. Maybe PBE won't be here today in the morning show to be doing it. Yes, Prince Philip did pass away. As I said earlier, he was at 99 years old. When he survived World War II. He was 10 years old in 1929 in the Great Depression. 8. No, he was about 9. It'll be 9 if he was 1918. Okay. Yeah, at 99. He died at 99 years old. I believe he was Queen Elizabeth's husband. So now we know that she's also got up there in years too. So there's a good chance that she, will probably be the next one of the old generation to pass away eventually. But either way, they've had long lives. They are successfully, to achieve 99 years old, he was almost would have been a centurion. He almost would have been a centurion. Maybe it was 1922. Maybe it was 1922. Maybe it was born 1922. Maybe not 1919. 1922. He would have been a centurion. Probably by next year. But unfortunately, he didn't get a chance to hit his 100th birthday. Right. Now, my slave for Queen Elizabeth, that's going to suck. Because after you live with somebody that long, to lose them so suddenly sucks. I don't care if you're the queen or not. Yeah, he would have. Yep. He would have gotten a congratulations letter from the Queen herself. In fact, maybe she might even give him a congratulations breakfast or some other perk that we don't know of. My mother, after my father passed away, I can tell you my mother was not the same person that she was when he was alive. Talk about the empty nest syndrome. You know, you lose your husband, your kids don't move out. Only one, which is my brother, remains behind. And then in 2019, you lose your youngest daughter to a heart attack, which is my sister. And then you, at the same time, lose the very much loved aunt of the family, Thelma, before we lost my sister. And then in 2019, all of a sudden, your middle daughter gets a debilitating knee injury that basically makes you wonder if your daughter is going to, again, your second daughter is going to end up forever bound to a wheelchair. Well, I didn't, Mom. I'm still standing. How you doing, Street Life? We do have the panel open if anybody wants to join. And I just asked that the person that was doing all those denials of service last night would just respectfully allow people to come on the panel. But I do think that his behavior was not at all appreciated. At all. So I really would like to get the people in the panel, but would like to have some good morning fun and not have to deal with that last night baloney. So anyway, we got the turntable working yesterday, as you saw in the short little video clip. And everybody wanted me to do a video on the old mattress. I didn't do it. I did not do an obituary on it, but I did show the mattress and what was wrong with it. And I'm gonna put that together with a new segment on the new mattress when it comes. Sig retired last night. What does that mean? Mike's not here. He did not come back last night. What do you mean by Sig and Bud are retired? What does that mean? They gave up on YouTube, or are they just changing the formats, or what's the situation with that? If they left YouTube, how long were they on YouTube? Because I've been on YouTube live streaming since I started experimenting with it in 2014. How is your chance of what you said on the porch in? Okay, how long was he on YouTube? Because most people don't realize is that before 2014, I only did videos. I didn't do live streams. I wanted to do live streams, but at the time, the technology just wasn't here for me to do it. I don't really know Sig at all, really, to say anything about him. Sig is 5 to 8 years. Okay, so if he's 5 years, that would put him in the league of 2016. That's about as long as about. I was streaming about 2 years longer than that. I was streaming for 7 years since I started around 2014. It's 2021. So that's actually 7 years. Just a young YouTube creator last week to begin a long term illness. Amy Kier Fletcher kind of puts things in perspective. Just lost a young two. Okay, yeah, it does happen. A lot of people, on the internet, especially on YouTube, have physical injuries or health issues, and for a variety of reasons, it's easier to do their YouTube channel, and then and they keep going until they can't go on anymore. I know I'm in that same league, considering the fact that my health is not the greatest either, and yet I'm still here. I don't know what the typical average YouTuber's career length is. I don't have a clue. Amy Lee Fisher, 24. Yeah, well, unfortunately, as I said, I don't know how long the average careers are for people on YouTube. I don't have those statistics to calculate and figure out the average runtime of the average YouTuber, but the platform is an important asset for so many because you really think about it. Especially during COVID-19, people needed to have that way to share information. A good, you know, I mean, I've always been very blessed that I've been doing as well as I do in my health for years. But how you doing, Stony? Also, Haven Games, the same thing with Haven. Make sure I get it right. Yeah, Haven Games. He had a rare form of cancer that took him, and he was just really starting to really work on his animation on his channel about the blood elves and blood elf environment. I think I'm returning tomorrow night. Okay. How you doing, Stoney? So, like I said, I mean, YouTube has been for me has been an important way for me to continue to keep in contact with people. If I want to see one period, it usually means like see prior comment. So if I look back at his prior comment, it says "Good morning, Michelle." So it's just kind of a shorthand code. When you see a single period, it means like look at my last comment. That's good. I'm glad that you're doing fine. I'm very excited about the new mattress coming, as you can suspect. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm really am looking forward to it. I watch Michelle. I don't always comment, but YouTube is a great platform for connect. Correct, it is. It has a large variety of content for from people that may have liked similar interests to you, even if they're a little bit unusual. it's a good way for people to kind of come back together. They have similar feelings about thoughts of things. So, I got a question. What? Welcome to the video. Looks like it's giving you the sparklies again. It is, but I will fix it later. Right now is not the time to start messing around with connectors. Okay. All right. Challenging Dave the fisherman in a fishing contest. How so? I mean, what's the fishing contest? I mean, I don't know anything what this is, but I'm kind of curious. You can see I'm gonna need to fix that video cable again. Oh. Why don't you just replace the whole cable assembly? Oh my god! I mean, like it would be so much better. Just as they would say in the old nerdism speak, just gas the thing and just get a new cable. It's just terrible. I know. A new Siamese cable. No. Just need one. They only have one wire though in them. So what? You can buy a new cable. Don't be a cheap whiz. Oh, yeah. Fishing for what? That's a question mark. Like what kind of fish? I mean, are you looking for like bass, trout, or are you dealing with another kind of fishing, like fishing for dollars? I have fish for any fish. Oh, okay. Well, as I said, YouTube is Rusty's here again. Ugh. You only had your camera time. Oh, well, Rusty is a bit of an attention-seeking cat, so he wants his attention again. All right, fine. Park it down there, Mr. Cat, so I can switch over to the other screen so you can see you. I need to get a better setup. You can't even get around the cat's body. He's so big. All right. Oh, yeah, he gets his hair clogged to my trackball. Stupid kitty. No, he's a good cat, but he's just got a lot of hair. Yeah, there he is. Big cat. Let me see if I can get it so you can see more of him. And hey, I'm not a ham sandwich. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, there you go. So, that's the cat for you. Big kitty, big cat, big cat. I think I got cat hair in my mouth again. I'm gonna clean this out. Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah. When you stream at a cat, it's not always easy. It's spring, it sheds, I got so much yard work to do. You'll take care and have a good peace. Thank you, Michelle. You're welcome. And so speaking of cleaning up, I got clean this tech ball out again. Because every now and then it just gets kind of sluggish. That's not too bad right now. So I'm looking forward to the mattress coming today. It's going to be nice to have one. I will admit, when the computer comes, it's going to be a really new experience to use a trackball, not trackpad, because I'm not used to that kind of stuff, you know. So let me clean this track. Well, it's kind of slippery. Just this trackball is over 20 years old, in case you didn't know that. This is a 20-year-old USB 2.0 trackball. It's an ancient piece. It's an ancient dinosaur. Probably. Unchallenging Dave the Fisherman. Okay, someone wants to join the panel. Let's get over to that screen. Oh, come on, trackball. You got to replace this stupid thing. I will. Go ahead, Leo. How you doing?
Good morning, Michelle.
Oh, I saw the messages between you and PBE last night, and Skynet asked for me to remove BBE from the moderator's chat.
Well, I agree. I mean, it's for moderators. It's not for them.
And so he was removed. It was at the request of Skynet. Yeah. But anyway, the mattress is coming today between 11:30 and 1:30. I have my cell phone waiting right here next to me in case you need to call me to get directions on how to get here. And I'm looking forward to that, getting the new stuff.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah. I did take a video of the old one, so if somebody wants to see it, as long as I get the new mattress, I'll combine that with the old video and get the upload to YouTube. You gotta clean up your inbox, your video clips directory. Oh God, yeah. But I gotta wash my sheets too. So the only problem is I'm gonna have to wash the sheets from earlier this year when they changed out merch and I didn't wash first because those are sitting in the to be washed pile for a while. So I'll wash those first. Then I'll hang those up on the line. They're white sheets anyway, so even if there was any residual bleach, it wouldn't matter because they're white sheets. And then what we'll do is after we wash them and they're dry, then I'll take the other sheets that are on the bed and I'll wash those sheets and I'll put those away for next time. I think that makes sense. What do you think?
I think it makes sense too. Sorry, my cat's distracting me. Get off of me.
Oh, you guys distracting? Oh, he's doing the same thing Rusty's doing.
Yeah.
Getting a little cuddly, huh?
She's being a pain in the butt. Being a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they mean harm. They just do that, No,
I know. She wants attention. I was gone most of the day yesterday, so
yeah, I was gone for quite a bit yesterday too, for a few hours. But Troll says, "Geez, Is everyone buying a new mattress? Or you are about the fourth person I knew of recycling, expecting a delivery. I know you, let's see, you are about the fourth person I know expecting a delivery soon. It might be a lot of people are taking advantage of this money to buy what they need to replace what has been clearly outlived its usefulness. So I mean, I certainly wasn't going to forego the opportunity to get a mattress. And then when I found out I was eligible for $1,000 store credit with 0 down for 1 year, I wasn't going to sit on that. No way. And then originally I was going to buy the cheapest mattress I could get my hot paws on. But seriously, I bought the mattress that was like it's like a, how much I spend? It's like a $500 mattress. You got a deal on it. Yeah. Wow. Mattresses are expensive.
Oh, Monica's getting tires on her van.
Yeah. Getting new tires on your van, getting new footwear, getting a new mattress. I think I see the trend here. It's pretty simple.
I got to go spend money and get my daughter some clothes. I'm going to buy myself some clothes.
I bought some clothes too.
I'm going to pay a bill off that I need to pay off.
Of course, I'm sure my Capital One card is saying, I'm having just pains. Yeah, but you guys get paid back pretty quick each month, $60 a pop, automatically. So what I might do is I'm gonna, because I originally locked up to $300 for the mattress this month. I'm gonna give the mattress people. Let's see. My God, that was like $871. If I send them $300 this month, that still leaves me with in my savings account 1,000, and then it'll cover for my hair for the year. Makes sense. If you spend 8 hours plus on it, it should be good quality. That's true, but I was gonna buy the cheapest one for $199, but the thing was, I felt it. It was like, it's kind of like what I'm already sleeping on, which means that eventually the spring is gonna start poking out again, and so I really kind of wanted to get another foam mattress. So this is kind of a hybrid. It's kind of a foam with springs underneath the foam, I think, and so I call it Sprom. Spring and foam. So it's pretty good for that. I lay on my bed a lot more than 8 hours, believe it or not. But either way, I did need a new mattress. And when you see the video clip of what the mattress looks like without the fitted sheets on it, you'll see why. It's just beat up.
Yeah. It's probably asking to be retired.
Trust me, it is. It had a long service life. It did a lot of work. So,
Goodness, I'm tired.
Yeah. All right, Rust, I see you. No, sorry, Kitty, I'm not turning the camera back on you right now because he's an attention whore cat. He's like, I have to have my TV time.
Yeah. Most cats are them. I had to go feed my birds and take my dog out. That's what took me so long.
I hate to spend money replacing something I already have. Well, just keep in mind one thing. Things do wear out after a while, So you do have to occasionally replace things. For example, a TV set. You talk to the typical person, mainly men, about TVs, and they'll tell you like, "Oh, I want to replace this TV because this new one's got 4K resolution and it supports the new ATSC 3.0 TV tuners, and it's going to give me higher resolution to watch the next Super Bowl." What's wrong with the TV you bought 2 years ago? Oh, nothing. It only has an ATSC 2.0 tuner. It only does 1080p, and it's an old plasma. Well, so is there anything physically wrong with it? No, it's just old. I want a new TV. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, but the thing is, a mattress that you sleep on with springs poking out and hitting you in the back constantly is not exactly what it call the same thing as replacing a fully functional television. But some of the people in the world don't seem to see things that way. Let's get them back up here. So that's a big difference between a mattress and a computer, or a mattress and a
So,
TV.
Michelle, you're going to be making payments on your mattress then?
Huh?
Are you going to be making payments
Yes.
on your mat? What are your payments going to be?
$75 a month.
For what, 6 months or?
Over a year with 0% interest.
Oh, and so you could pay more and pay it off sooner, right?
Just $75 a month for up to 1 year's time.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I don't know. No, it's not bad at all, but I don't like making payments on things. I would have just paid it off.
Oh, I could pay it off right now if I wanted to go ahead and just take the $1,000 that I put in my savings and put it back into that and just send them the full check. But that also is going to cover for me here for the whole year too, because we don't know what's going to happen with the stimulus checks. I know that they're proposing it, but we're not. Everybody says don't talk about stimulus because we're sick of it. So I won't talk about stimulus. But to say is that they have plans to send people $1,000 a month. That's what they're proposing right now.
Yeah.
How you doing, Charlotte?
I don't see Charlotte.
Yeah. So anyway, Monica, if you want to join the panel, Charlotte, you can join the panel. At least the person that was doing denial service last night isn't here. So you guys can come on the panel if you feel up to it. Look, it's this screen here. Also, my laptop's going to become a couple of days.
My Google Meet froze. I've never seen it do that before.
All right. Yep, you lived to be a long time. He was an old man.
My goodness. Hey, Charlotte. Oh, Charlotte, yeah, last night. Some heated
Yeah, we had
men.
one person doing a denial of service on our Google Meets, and nobody could even join the main Google Meets. He did the same thing the night before, so it was definitely very frustrating for everybody, because it was like, dude, why are you doing this? You know. I mean, he tried to justify his answer, and it was like, I'm sorry, but your answer is not justified. You know, did everyone watch the crowd TV series? No. I checked this morning, and it was like, yeah, the Discord was a mess. especially with what the individual was kept saying, is that he wanted to have a guarantee that he would never be blocked by anybody. And it was like, I don't think he really understood that the reason why he got blocked in the first place is because he was acting like such a doofus. If he wasn't doing what he was doing, he wouldn't have been blocked in the first place. Okay? And that's what he didn't seem to want to understand.
Right. But see, the thing of it is it's a respect thing. This is your channel, and I don't know that the fact that they're making demands too, kind of don't sit well with me either.
No, it doesn't.
But I mean, I like them. I think they're funny. But from the conversation I had with him last night, and you've seen it, it's in the open. I think they're more foe than friend. And that doesn't sit well with me, because it's like, I don't know.
It's like he's saying is that I don't want to have to suffer disciplinary action because of my narcissistic nature. Look what happened to Pop. Same problem. Why do you think Pop isn't here so much anymore?
But that's why I suggest you have a private conversation with and feel him out that way. I mean, if he's being totally just disrespectful and rude to you when you have a private conversation,
yeah,
then I would say, then I would just say, I'm sorry, then you're not allowed on my show. Because you give him this platform to come up and joke around and have fun.
right.
But I mean, if he's just doing it to be I almost said the D word, a jerk,
right?
Then that's not right to you either. That's what people are not realizing. This is your show. You want to take it your direction. It's
and if you
the
look
final word is your word.
And if you look where the show is going, and they know this, and there are people that do not appreciate the new format. Okay, because they realize that Michelle isn't going for the same kind of stupidity that was going on before. She's aiming for a whole new classification of people. And we feel like we're getting squeezed out of the system.
Right. But see, the only issue with that is I understand that. Charlotte understands that. Monica understands that. I mean, you got people, that are coming here routinely that understand it. But the people that used to come here, or, I mean, have been longtime viewers, are having a hard time accepting that. And, and I mean...
just like the old famous line says,
I'll tell you, if it was me, I would have just blocked them and been done with them. Because I feel like they were very disrespectful to you. But like I said, I don't know them. I don't know what type of relationship you have with them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think here's the thing for those people who wanted to keep things the same as they were. The show wasn't really, in one sense, was not doing very well with that format. Okay? It was not getting a lot of people feeling comfortable with the content. Newcomers would come in and they would be feeling like, why is Michelle want to be such a masochist and have these people ripping her a new one every time? Honestly, the truth is I'm not a masochist, and I'm not going to sit there and want to get beat up by these people. Okay?
Right, and it's abusive. You're right. It's on the level now where it's abusive.
And I'm actually very serious. I just want to see what the limitation is. Okay, that's what it is. You can see where my camera is. Anyway, so so for me, it's hard on my own spirit because you're getting into that, and every show is going to be where you're going to basically be kicked in the cojones repeatedly, and that's exhausting. you know, some people are good at it, some people are not. But then even those that are good at it take a strong drink and drugs, and the next thing you know, they burn themselves out even earlier because they're just trying so hard to kind of over self medicate themselves from the beyond of abuse that they're being self inflicted to.
Right.
Right, so exactly. Michelle is a great sport, but when they go too far, it's very hurtful. Exactly.
I mean, if he when he comes on and he plays his little soundboard and whatever, it's funny. But I think if you say, okay, knock it off with the soundboard, cut it out. We're having a conversation. It's being disruptive. He needs to sit back and, be respectful of that.
Well, it's just like with
And
people
that's what
peace
I'm not
too.
seeing.
It's just like with people peace also. It's like when he gets on, it's like it's pop time. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, whatever topic we were talking about before gets thrown away. Next thing we're talking about Bulgaria. And after a while, people get so fed up because it's like we can't have a serious conversation because this guy comes on, and the next thing you know, any serious dialogue is terminated right there on the spot because nobody could talk about what the original topic was. Maybe the economy or Prince Philip or whatever. And next thing you know, it's like, now we need to talk about Bulgaria. And
but Pop has special needs, right?
yeah, I definitely believe he is.
Yeah. So I mean, there's
Well, BBE may have been too, but the problem is at least Pop does have an instinctual understanding. That I will tolerate so much of it, but what BBE was doing with denial of service attack on the Google Meets panel was absolutely insane. And then he took it up and he did it to the Discord panel, the North American Snow Queen crew, when all of a sudden he would call the group together, hang up, call the group together, hang up, call the group together, hang up. And that was sending out 10 phone calls to every single person in the panel.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, you don't have to do this. I think that borders on narcissism. Definitely borders on a sociopath. And he doesn't understand. You can't do that.
Yeah. Schmeckel said last night that BB is his family. He knows him personally. So he has a soft spot for him. And like I said, Schmeckel enjoys his humor, and I think Skynet kind of enjoys it too.
But what BBE was doing last night was not funny. What he did the night before was the same thing, was not funny.
Right. It was very disruptive. It was,
And then what he's doing is negative attention-seeking behavior, and it's like, we already know you want to be on the panel, but we also know that you're going to be playing those abrasive soundboards, and that, we don't really need that right now. But that doesn't mean I would never put him back on. It just means that you got to be respectful and wait.
Yeah, and that, I think that's Schmeckel was trying to get across too, that you probably should have a private conversation with the guy. Get a feel for him, ask him, tell him what you.
I've already tried to have a private conversation with the guy, and he promises to do something. And he does it for a day or two, and the next thing you know, he's back to his same old stuff all over again the next day.
Okay, well, if he does it, then he breached the verbal contract, and then you have every right to just boot him.
Right, exactly.
I mean, he's got to hold up his end too.
And the same thing with Pop. I couldn't deal with Pop anymore for the same reason, because Pop would say, okay, fine, we won't talk so much about Bulgaria. We won't talk so much about my life, my relationships. And the next thing you know, the next day, that's exactly what he's talking all over again about. And then he gets.
I think, yeah, what Charlotte says, I think Schmeckel, he does respect Michelle.
Yeah, he
just
does.
like he's been around for years with her, and this is something that's been going on for a while. And with private conversations with him, he said, I know he cares about Michelle, and I know he respects Michelle, but he also adds this thing to the show that makes it funny. And
see, Schmeckel's not abusive. He's always been a good person, and I never.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always there having fun, but within moderation. This BBE and Pop, yeah, I'm gonna put Pop in here too because they kind of do similar things. They take it beyond fun to the point where even Pop's comments about wishing me to get hurt and get sick and stuff like that. It was a little bit much. BBE would be saying the same thing if he thought about adding that to his soundboard.
Yeah.
I
mean, you just kind of got to lay down the law, I guess. Say,
and
hey,
I was always taught in school.
This is not.
And I was always taught in school was when someone misbehaves after you give them a timeout, don't give them another chance to try again. Because they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep saying, I'm sorry. And then they're going to come back to it all over again. And I was always told, if you don't like a certain person doing that, just ignore that person. And eventually they're going to go away. But how much is this person going to end up irritating everybody else in the process? Because he kept going with this the Google Meets for over 45 minutes. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Don't you think you get tired of doing that after 45 minutes?
Yeah, it was very hard for me to jump in on the argument last night because BBE and Schmeckel, they've been around for a long time. They've been here supporting you. I didn't like how BBE was being very disrespectful and disruptive, but that's why I reached out to him and I was like, what's wrong? Dude, what's wrong? And I know he was upset and hurt, but I didn't like some of the things he was saying.
Well, Andrew said something Discord. And he apologized for it because Andrew, called him a drug user, and so he apologized to Paul. He said, "I'm sorry." After the conversation was like, I didn't say that the right way.
Yeah.
So at least
I know.
At least Andrew's enough of a gentleman that he's willing to admit he made a mistake. And so,
I mean, I would just, I guess, play it by ear and see how it goes. And I mean, if he gets out of line, then I would just tell him, and even tell him privately, dude, I told you this is not acceptable, and you keep, undermining me. And
and then even in the text chat last night, he started to type nasty words, nasty things, just in typing in the text chat, 1 character per line, which gets around of the YouTube filter, and then and so
BBE 16 ton.
Yeah, it was typing nasty words in the text chat. 1 character per line. And so I had no choice but to throw him off YouTube.
Yeah. I know it's hard. And you're not going to make everybody happy, which is, that's just life. You'll never make everybody happy. But I mean, I would give BB another shot and see what he does. And if, like I said, if he gets out of line, then just say, all right, then this is it.
Well, after I
And
said what he
and
said to you
Schmeckel,
last
and
night,
as much as I like Schmeckel, he needs to respect that.
right? But after I saw what you and BBE were talking, the way he was so surly, I don't think there really is a way I can give him another shot.
Well, I mean, that's up to you if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's Yam Ranch has been thrown out of the system enough times. I brought Yam Ranch back in because I thought that was Cringe Report. Cringe Report is way down below now, which right now has been pretty cooperative. So, um, but hey, you try. You try to do the right thing. Oh, I got a text message. Let me see who this is from. Maybe this is the mattress people. Let's see. Come on, phone. Do you have to be so sluggish? All right. No, it is not. It is a. Well, it's okay. Presidential Daily Brief. YouTube mail. Okay, it's about the gun control measures from President Biden. BJ's Wholesale Club CEO Delaney dies. Lee Delaney dies unexpectedly. Breaking news: stocks linger near record highs as producer prices. And I didn't click on the whole thing. I'll just click on a headline here. Minus 5. BBE was. Oh, that's nice. Shango. I see. There's so many. There's so many of these channels that we all talk to each other. He's reviewing the modern 5-core TC 22 radio that was made in India. Was V Westlife reviewed, and Fran Blanche also reviewed. So we help, in essence, bring new products to the market because we share reviews on them. And so that's something that people don't realize why it's so important for us to be able to share reviews, especially for new products and the companies that come in, because we are the ones who help get to promote their sales of the new products. Or if their products do not meet snuff, then we're the ones who basically kind of give them a reason to revise the products to make them more, up to what we expect for expectations. So, did you see the brief video you did yesterday about my turntable?
I didn't get a chance to watch it. No, I see it. It's waiting to be watched, but I didn't get a chance to watch it.
I know the record I used for the example was kind of beat up, but then again, given the fact that I was making adjustments and getting the turntable set up as best I could, and I knew that the record was as good as candidate as any to take a little bit of a scratching and abuse because it wasn't going to be like trashing one of my nicer records.
Troll talking. If you watch the show from last night, it'll give you a little bit more of a clue of what we're talking about.
And then you watch the show for the night before.
It's a long time supporter, Michelle's, that has a certain style of doing things, but it's being kind of disruptive now with Michelle's show.
Yeah,
and we're trying to come to a happy medium,
right?
But it's looking like Michelle's kind of fed up with it.
Just the same thing with Pop. The same thing. But the completely different problem with Pop. It wasn't because Pop gets nasty. He does once in a while. But it's kind of similar. That, you explain to them over and over again that they can't do certain things. And then they come back out and they keep doing those things over and over again.
Yeah.
When do you got to draw the line? It's affecting your presentation on YouTube. It's affecting, your reputation. And you try to find a happy balance where everybody's happy. How you doing, Miss Jamie?
Hi, Jamie.
We're just having a nice kind of show talking about the show from last night without all the shenanigans that happened last night.
To be honest,
I woke up
thought
this
BB
morning.
was actually
Good morning.
Schmeckle at first.
She's not used to getting up this early. I don't think this is for her. Was kind of surprising. Yeah. Well, in the case of People of Peace, I've suggested it to him that he should create his own channel.
Yeah, Schmeckle was getting
and he does, but
night.
he doesn't do live streams, and he likes to share videos from other people on his platform. So it's completely different. He's kind of, it's kind of like the commercial license MC. What's that?
Is it alright if I use your bathroom quick?
You want to use the bathroom real quick?
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, wait, no, I'm waiting for the guy for the mattress place to deliver the new mattress.
Nice.
Yeah. They're coming between 11:30 and 1:30. That was homeless mate.
And I like Schmeckle. I think he's funny.
Yeah, I like Schmeckle too. There's nothing wrong with Schmeckle.
And I like BBE too, but I don't like how he wants to bully you in a sense and make fun of you when you've told him repeatedly that you don't want that done. I mean, if it was me, if he was doing it to me, I wouldn't give a crap, because I don't care what he says. It's funny. But it obviously bothers you. And I don't think I don't think he understands that. Either he doesn't understand,
it also bothers YouTube
or he doesn't
too.
Care.
Because YouTube is very specific on what they will tolerate. Yes, Rusty's here. No, you're not eating my microphone. So, I mean, yeah. Paul on the show is good. We used to have Brian K. used to be on the panel too more often than they used now. We used to have a lot of people on the panel that are no longer on the panel because they chose not to be on anymore, even though they're invited to come. Most of them don't come anymore.
No, but how was Brian K. and that when they were on your, did they talk or did they just do shenanigans or?
They just talk. Brian K. is more of a general, talker. He can be a little bit strong-minded, but he's not going out there and doing the same thing that we're using soundboards and trying to disrupt the conversation with his soundboards, clips that don't fit in the location of the show.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Come on.
Because Brian seems like a real smart guy. But then I seen him kind of trolling a bit too, and I was like, all right, I don't
yeah.
I don't know him, personally or nothing.
Yeah, I got elf ears. These are just latex ones. They're not the real deal.
I don't know 1610. That's funny.
Yeah. Yes, I got elf ears. But they're not the real ones, though. What I mean by the real ones is they're not been grafted on by a plastic surgeon. They're just
Jamie, I am new, and I've expressed that. That's what I said. I think BBE and Schmeckle and them, they're used to that effery and stuff like that, and that's why I said I think it's just Michelle's taken this complete and total turnaround on them, and it's kind of threw them into shock. But she wants, I mean, like I said, this is her show. She wants to get away from that. And
remember, my employer is YouTube. Okay. And YouTube wants certain types of, things. So I've got a lot invested into this program. So I have to be, find a way to meet the terms of service and also try to meet some of the community stuff too. I gotta get a new windscreen for this microphone because the cat's got more cat hair in it than it would be better bother her after, but it was all fun. That's like what I like, but she has always been upset about it outside of the show, but kept it. People will start staying away, and people that will help build it are staying away. The problem is the people that want to help, and they have told me this, is we don't know what we're supposed to do because there's two camps. The first camps are the ones that I would call the good people, just because it's in a sense that they don't want the drama, they don't want the stupidity. And then you have the ones that want to do the fun and do the drama and do the stupidity. The ones that are like the morning crew is here. We are focused on trying to show the good skills I have and my talents that are more than likely to be of interest to some people. But it's quite a bit different than the content where they want to make me look like a buffoon. And that's the real important thing to keep in mind. Come on, Rusty, get down. So how do you find a balance for two completely different subcategories? I mean, there's
Yeah. I mean, I think, and Miss Jamie had, kind of hit the nail on the head too when she said like the morning shows are more for the seriousness, and then the evening afternoon shows, depending on your time zone, are more for the fun and
right.
all that stuff. And I don't think Michelle I don't think that's really the issue. But I think some of the stuff that's being done to her is really bothering her, and that's what she wants to quit. And that's what she's trying to express, like, the racism and, just the constant like badgering and beating her down. I don't think she wants that anymore. And I think that's where it's that's where the issue is.
Well, Just Miss Jamie says, I want the drama. It's light-hearted and fun. Well, drama is never light-hearted and fun. Even if you watch a drama on the TV, it's never light-hearted and fun. Some of those people come out there with clubs, and basically beat the other senseless. That's not fun. But anyway, I'll finish here. It's lighthearted. If it's lighthearted for this, is what she's trying to say. So we have always loved Michelle and Lumi doing the news and stuff. I've never seen you be made to look like a fool. You have people that really love and care about you. Maybe do the morning show for the serious and have more fun for night. We do that. But there's the problem with some people with the soundboards. It's the soundboards that's a problem. Okay. Yeah. YouTube, which is my employer, is very, very progressive. Very, very far to the left. And certain words will trigger them. And they don't like those words because it also upsets their advertisers. And I depend on the advertisers to help offset the channel creation costs. This year, I have been making a lot of more focusing on making more content because now I've got more revenue coming in that I could put towards making better content. Yeah. The racist stuff is an example. Absolutely. Don't know the channel well enough. Came here after I Am Snow Queen. Yeah, that's a very good part of my background is the North American Snow Queen. That's what I do for a living. The channel was just an adjunct of that, a way for me to reach out to the people because I am really dedicated to what I do as a North American Snow Queen, which at the time was United States, Canada, and Southwest Greenland. Well, wait, me and Feature Simerson, the Western European weather source, was swapped land masses. I gave her Southwest Greenland. She gave me the United Kingdom and Ireland. So, um, so now I'm the North American Snow Queen of United States, Canada, Ireland, and the United Kingdom. I've been around for about 5 or 6 years, around that, maybe a bit more. She says, Monica, she's always been like this. Now, since she's monetized, she's switching it up. That's the thing. You build a channel on one thing and switch it, you lose the core people that built it. Unless the people who are the core actually like what you're doing. You know, I'm trying to find that compromise. But like I said, my employer is very specific about certain things that they will not tolerate. And so I have to keep that in mind because of the end user license agreement. Can I explain who Lumi is? Sure. This buddy has 2 souls. This is 2 souled. I have. Catch up staging me. The Lumi is in charge of the right side of my body. And she's a completely separate entity, a completely separate person. We live together, and we have been together since Beltane, or May 11th was of 2011 when we got married. Oh. Rusty, what are you doing? You're acting like BBE today. Find a spot, please. All right. So we share the body together. We do things together. We are a couple, and there's a very strong love and camaraderie between the two of us. Spastic. No, he's just excited. Wow, you took you took on more places. I doubt it. We love the soundboards and.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Wait a minute. What? You're on the phone? Okay. All right. And crazies like Pop that show up with random mood swings from Call Me Please, Call Me to the after the show is done. It's spastic. Just Miss Jamie says, no, not true, because it's not as funny. We like how Michelle talks back to them and laughs. Yes, she gets frustrated, but then she calms down now, and she's worried about how the money, sadly. Well, after all, for me, the money is just like it is for anybody who has to work for an employer. Even if it is a 1099 job. You know, you need that money to help offset your expenses. And let's be honest, with things going up in prices, you're going to need that money more than ever. No, actually, MRI shows my brain's actually subdivided into 2 completely separate brains. Each brain has 2 hemispheres.
An MRI? An MRI actually said that, Michelle?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what she just said. She's trying to find a happy medium.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Jamie, I would love for you to come on and put some perspective on this too. She does use Discord. I think her Discord is in unless you blocked it. Hold on, let me drop it for you, Jamie.
Yeah. Well, like, I'm on Discord. Yep. I'm on YouTube, and so, Mikey, you taking some stuff out of the closet today?
That's her Discord at the bottom of that.
All right. Like she said, her phone is almost dead, so she's gonna probably get ready to go 10:10 soon. Right. So I mean, like I said, I'm trying to find a compromise to everybody that works. But in exchange, I mean, yeah, you like it when they give me funny witticisms, and I understand that. I don't mind doing those, but the thing is that there sometimes there's questions about, some of the stuff that I'm supposed to be laughing at is it really, are they really joking? Are they really serious? Sometimes I can't tell.
I mean, I think it honestly comes down to baby. To you too, Michelle. Like, are you being overly sensitive now? I mean, the stuff that they're doing, is it the same stuff they did before? I mean, and that's what I don't understand. Like,
some of the stuff they do now is not as abrasive, but it's BBE hasn't changed his content. Some of the phone calls will keep repeating the same story, show after show after show after show, even though we've already played that game, we've already crossed that bridge, and so it's like, okay, we already covered that. The why are we still covering the 5 shows later? So, for some reason your camera's not on the. Oh, I see it. Probably because the cat probably knocked my plug out, my camera offline again. Oh, let me fix that. Well, at least your microphone's not knocked out. Yeah, let me fix that. So anyway, the thing is that's what makes the show work. It's just that. Camera number 2, cam twist.
everything looks okay.
All right, so there you go. That am I back on here. All right, check the sound system at the same time. Okay, might as well, right? I mean, I know you got sound, but we'll just check it. Line in, line out. It's perfectly set. Okay, fine. So, see, that's the thing I'm trying to say is when you're using the same old 5, 6, 7, 8 shows in a row, it gets old. And I'd like to see maybe change the content a little bit. But we also would like, it would also be nice if we all kind of know if the person's being funny or not. Like the person that threatened to kill me. Were you serious or not serious? Some of the audience may not know.
I think that's going too far. I mean,
yeah.
And I would think even Schmeckel would agree with that because
no, he didn't even endorse it either. But
right, I mean, his friend's getting death threats from Cyrex, and he doesn't seem to like it. I mean, there's obviously a line that has to be drawn when it comes to something like that.
Troll Talking says, "Well, so interesting. Not quite sure I understand, though. It's okay." Yeah, that was not funny. He was upset. Is there a link to in Discord? You mean you want a link to our Discord? Yeah, I'll give you a link to our Discord because I do have it. It's still the same link, so it hasn't changed any. Also, I'd like to encourage people to please do join us on Patreon. It would be wonderful because if you can join us on Patreon, right now we only have 2 patrons. We really could benefit by getting more patrons together. Now, YouTube is offering its own member program as well. So I could do just like Patreon with YouTube. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to go that way because, first of all, between my merchandising store on Streamlabs, my Patreon page, my YouTube page, my PayPal Me page, I'm maintaining a lot of different things right now. It seems more like a chill chat here, but I'm guessing maybe this for the morning show. It is a chill chat. Morning show is always more relaxed and more focused, and definitely more like have friends drinking a cup of coffee at the local coffee house. This is what the morning show is. But the night show is more like a nightclub. And the problem is that is when it's a lot more energy, a lot more, people talking and stuff like that. Yeah. So if you want high energy, the night show's for you. If you want an intense to relax and have a get to know me in a more serious way, the morning show is a good way for you to do it. Well, he's definitely taking the time to clean out his stuff. Yeah. So I got a message from Krista. It says, "Good morning. How are you this nice morning? I am okay, and I am okay and live now. Let's say I am okay and live right now. So now waiting for mattress delivery. Team for mattress delivery. Delivery. Okay. Delivery. Thank you. I was just texting Krista. She wants to know how I'm doing. So yeah, the morning show is morning coffee. Nighttime is booze. Yeah, think of a way waking up from a hangover. I guess. At least what I do, you don't have to worry about kissing the porcelain throne in the morning, puking your guts up with a hangover. But I didn't know what the other person is bringing for their own beverages, but that's not my responsibility. Okay. Well, I mean, Mike doesn't try to bring drama to the show. Mike actually is like Schmecko in a sense. He is also a Taurus. He wants to see me do well. He wants to see me do well. But unfortunately, he has heard some of the trolls and has said, I cannot understand why you would want to sit through that.
I mean, I can understand what just Miss Jamie is saying, where, because I've been with people where they've only had a couple hundred subscribers, and I was there through everything where they built up their channel, and the minute they hit 1K, they kind of just forgot all about their core group. But it's not the same situation, when it comes to you, because if it's actually upsetting you, like it's running you down in in your real life, that's, I think, where the problem is. I don't think it's like you want everything to stop. I just think that you want the I guess, the more ignorant jokes to stop because it's actually really bothering you.
What's my thoughts on Aquarius?
Or is it just about the monetization? You know, I mean, obviously you want the racism to stop because that will mess with your monetization.
Yes,
But I
it
mean,
will.
the other stuff, the jokes about molesting your cat, or that you drink tea, or that they make fun of your teeth, you know, is that something you want to stop too?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is okay, let's be honest here. I mean, like, okay, I want to answer John Heyman's question, even though you might think it's kind of a strange question. I don't think he means to be strange. What's my opinion on Aquarius, the astrological sign? Uh, I don't even meet all the requirements of an Aquarius. I was born in the month of the sign of Aquarius. I don't even have all the Aquarius traits. I have all the traits of Virgo, and not only a small portion of Aquarius traits. So basically, the way I see it is, and I know some good Aquariuses. They can be funny. They can be funny people. They can be sometimes a little bit in their own realm of their thinking because they're like free spirits. I mean, they're air signs. Okay, so basically, they're float into space. A lot of them are Star Trek and Babylon 5 and Star Wars fans, and they truly are fun people. They're kind of a social butterfly, but unfortunately, some of them have a whole different way of thinking than a typical earth sign does. An earth sign is focusing and more on the here and now, where the Aquariuses are thinking about things long term in the future. And I have a landlord who's in Aries. So he pretty much matches the Ram in every way possible. He's very, very um, outgoing, but he's also very headstrong, very pretty much it's my way or the highway type of thinking. Sometimes he is a little bit impulsive. I've seen a few of that. I don't have a lot of Aries friends, so I can't really compare too many Aries to Aries. But the few I've met, they all seem to have this common trait. They are just headstrong and very self motivated, um, and definitely are impulsive. Capricorns. You didn't ask me about Capricorns. Let me talk about Capricorns real quick. My sister was a Capricorn. They're very business oriented, very focused on themselves, their future, their the resources that they can bring in. They're money oriented. Most of them, um, they're workaholics. They work themselves to death. As what happened to my sister. They try really hard, but they don't tolerate failure very well. They get um, this extremely serious, very prosic. They're just focused on what they do and do well because they're goal oriented. Yeah. And if you look at me, John, technically I'm an Aquarius, you wouldn't even know it because I don't have the Aquarian traits. Maybe a little bit of them. I have way more Virgo in me than Aquarius. Whereas Lumi has more Aquarius than anything. She has no Virgo in her chart at all. No, I don't have Virgo in my chart. She doesn't have Virgo in her chart. I do. So I got 3 Virgos in mine, and um, I don't even act like an Aquarius. So I don't even consider myself an Aquarius. I consider myself trans zodiac. Just like there's transgender, I consider myself trans zodiac. And unlike transgender, there's no surgery to change you from an Aquarius to a Virgo, or from a Virgo to an Aquarius, or from an Aquarius to a Pisces or Capricorn. It's just a state of being. Um, says Troll Talking says, "Oh lordy, I'm Virgo, the perfectionist, drive myself crazy, and everyone around me. Unfortunately, so do I. Apparently, But then again, maybe there's a little bit of Aquarius in me that kind of tempers it just enough where I can sometimes kind of go, well, maybe we can come up with a compromise as long as, it doesn't get to be where all of my feelings are thrown away. And uh, it's just like what we're talking about this morning here. Same thing. It's like a hardcore Virgo will not do that. The hardcore Virgo says, "I don't care. It's my way, and it's the highway for you." Where I'm saying, well, maybe we can kind of compromise somewhere. Find the right balance. It's almost like a little bit of Pisces. I actually almost ended up being born under Pisces. If I was born a few days later, I was supposed to have been born in March of 1968. I didn't want to be born a Pisces. I did anything I could to kick and broke my mother's water, and I was born a month early. I think I knew deep down I didn't want to be a Pisces. I don't want to be the fish. Just don't feel like I don't. I can see looking back at it now, it would make a lot of sense that I wouldn't want to be the fish. Sorry. Um. Yeah. Um. John Heyman says Leo. The Blazing Leo says hi, John. Just Miss Jamie says ha 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 ha. Troll. I have a tiny core group, but always think I am the awkward and odd. Well, I think all channels always will have your core group. The core group. All channels have a core group of people that remain with the channel. Um, Maybe not from the very beginning of the channel necessarily, but they come and they stay. They're regulars, kind of like when you have a morning people to come with you to say Dunkin' Donuts or to your local coffee house that and you've been with doing the morning routine for years. They know you, you know them. You talk about things, and that's kind of what this channel is. That we have that. We have that small group camaraderie, but we also are welcoming to open more to more people to come in. The sad truth is, depending on which time of the day you come into the show, if you come into the morning show and then you watch the night show, you get a shock that you're not ready for it. If you come into the night show and then come to watch the morning show, and then you're like, wait a minute, last night they were talking about silly stuff. Now they're talking about serious stuff. What is this person doing? First of all, the most important thing is that what we're trying to do is find a balance for everybody. So, I mean, it's a balancing act between everybody. Now,
God.
and don't forget
Lieutenant Double
too.
D.
Don't forget one thing too, guys. Keep this in mind. There's not too many channels where you have a legally blind host that's doing this channel with this kind of complexity that I do on this channel. I mean, even as how Casey sees it, her channel is more like my early vlogs. She doesn't do overlays. She doesn't do fancy pictures. The same thing with the Tommy Edison project. He's totally blind. Or even the same is true also with the blind to billionaire. He doesn't either. These guys are totally blind or registered blind, and yet their channels are so much more basic in content. Most of them just do videos and they don't do live streams. Now, Casey, as an actress, she does, I think, do live streams once in a while. But the problem is for her is with her eyesight, which is just as bad as mine, she can't easily read the chats. And so she has a hard time doing the chats. And she needs very large print, just like I do. And so that makes it harder. And if she could see better, I'm sure she would have done more live streams. But Casey, as an actress in film, actually in on stage, she doesn't have time to do live streams like this. And Blind the Billionaire, he can't do the questions like I do because he can't see. He's totally blind. I don't even know if he has any light perception. If he does, it might only be a little bit of help, but then again, um, so he has a person that helps read any messages and stuff that he's not reading on his braille, refreshable braille display on his computer, or using a speech to text or text to speech. So I move in a lot of communities. Can't hit a moving target philosophy. But like I said, you have your each group or each channel has a certain type of audience. And most of my channels I follow are technical channels that go into technical and the sciences because I love science. I love history. I love technology. And so I focus on those mostly because that's what I like to do. And of course, I like to show how can a blind person or a registered blind person use the technology to do YouTube videos or live stream. And that's, I think, is what makes this channel interesting and inspiring for other people that are registered blind. Here you have a person that's doing this and they just manage to adapt their setup just in such a way that they can do the show that they're doing now. What do you think, Blazing Leo?
I'm sorry, about what? I missed what you said.
You missed the entire thing about how, as a person who's registered blind, how I'm managing to do the YouTube videos.
Oh, no, I didn't miss the whole thing. Just the last. I was looking at something. I mean, it's hard. It's hard for me to look from that perspective because I'm not. But I mean, I think from how you're handling things, it's quite well.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
I don't know who those other people are. I don't know who.
Oh, they're on
Casey
YouTube.
and-
You can check them out. Oh, if they're actually in my subscription list. I mean, they're the channels I'm subscribed to. You can look at the list of channels I'm subscribed to. If you do, you'll see it's quite a large list of different technical channels and things like that.
And are they fully blind or are they?
Tommy Edison is completely blind. Blind Billionaire is totally blind. Casey is registered blind. She's an actress. She's working in New York. She's also has a YouTube presence. What is common between all three of them is that they do not usually do live streams because for them, with being able to deal with the chat would be very difficult. For Matt, Blind to Billionaire, he can't because he would have to have a braille display that he could read to read the questions on. Same thing with the Tommy Edison project. Tommy Edison needs a braille display that he could read with his fingers, and because they both are totally blind, they can't see at all. Tommy Edison doesn't even have light perception. I don't know about Matt from Blind to Billionaire. Casey has vision. Hers is just as bad as mine. And but she, as I said, she's busy as an actress, so she doesn't have time to sit down and do a live stream. She focuses on doing videos like bcasts and blogs. All of them do. So there's not too many live streaming registered blind people doing live streams like this.
Right. Yeah, well, it would be too hard for them to. I mean, unless they turn their chat off, but then what would be the point of that?
Yes, it is very tiny. Absolutely. Soul talking. In fact, if you look at some of the stuff that I do, these are my eyes, my fingers. I do everything by touch. And I have some sight. And I do everything by touch. Like when I put something together, I do it all by touch. When I take things apart, I do it all by touch. It is when I read the chat on the screen, as I'll switch the camera for those of you who don't see this before, I do not have the best vision in the world. Let's see if we can get that screen to come up here. Oh, it's on the other camera. It's on the other camera now? Yeah. Oh. Okay, so let me switch this other camera over. Must have gotten unplugged. Yeah. Oh, it's in there. What is it, a Prego commercial? Sorry. Okay, let me set this over here so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to hit edit. I'm going to select the other camera. Apparently I got lost. And that's why I ended up this camera, USB camera number 2. Oh, it's not showing anything. Oh. Okay. Virtual camera. All right. So I'll just use my other camera because this one's not actually it's not working at the second. So let me switch over to the other camera here. All right. So use the rusty cam. So here we have the screen. That is our control screen that we use to control everything. Unfortunately, I can't get this camera back far enough. Okay, this is our studio here. All our buttons are on. And when I'm working on here, let's switch over. Reading the chat here so you can see it on the screen here. I'm looking at a channel here. So this is the chat. And I'm trying to get this as close as I would be if I was reading it. It's about right here is where I am reading it. And it's less than a hand's width from the screen. So that's how close I have to get to read the chats. And that's the thing that makes it kind of frustrating because technologically it's really hard to do that. Let me switch the other camera over. We can switch it. Okay, so let me do this now. Okay, so you're going to notice a temporary lapse of video. I'm going to restart Cam Twist to refresh the other camera because it's not, temporarily went offline. Maybe a plug came out of the wall. I don't know. Let me get this up here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So just give me a second. You'll notice a temporary lack of going to color bars. Just give me a second here. I'm going to restart the program. It looks like. Okay. So I'll get the first camera up, and then I'll get the second camera up. It's the wrong camera. Yeah, I see that. Oh, it's still not switching over. Okay. Can't do much about that. Is it plugged into the back of the computer? Oh. Yeah, it is, but... Okay. Well, anyway, I do have videos where I show what it's like for me to work with the computer. It just... this stuff is very small. Actually, let me unplug this camera here and see if we can reinitialize it. Okay. Let me restart OBS Cam Twist again. Because what happens is the camera, sometimes the USB port doesn't always make a good connection, and then it comes out, and then causes the video to go south. So let's get back the main screen back on here. And see if I can get this one up here. Edit.
What are you doing with your cameras?
Well, I wanted to show what it looked like on the other camera, but for some reason the one camera wasn't showing up.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. Now I got it. So I want to show you
there we go.
What I'm doing here. That's perfect. You can see right there how close I have to get to the screen. So this is the camera right there. This is me. So when I'm looking at comments, like on the screen, you can see how close I am. Like when I click on the chat screen over here, I have to always find a way to track my mouse cursor, which is just a small square thing on the screen. So right now, for example, reading camera says John Hagen, so you can see here what he's talking about here. Okay, so this screen, I'm like, it's like less about a hand and a half away from me. So that's how small I have to how I have to work with things. That's one of the reasons why I'm really not sure how well the MacBook is going to work for me. But I really do want a portable computer so that I can take it with me. But it's just that I'm afraid that what's going to happen is when you watch me on the screen, you're going to see this effect instead, which I think is absolutely positively frustrating. Where I'm looking at the question and all you see is my hair. We've seen that with my cell phone, where I'll be looking at the phone and like, try to show you this.
Now, Michelle, because you do still have some sight.
Yeah.
Now, glasses won't help you at all, or?
But this computer also has speech to text as well, or text to speech as well. And I've used it a few times in the chat, and then some people took advantage of that to make the computer just basically come to a crawl. So it was just easier to just do things differently.
Is that answering my glasses question?
So they can.
My mom was legally blind too, where she couldn't see anything, but she would wear like magnetizing glasses, and that helped.
Yeah, glasses can help for distance for me, but then I become farsighted, and then I can't see close up. My optometrist just said to me as well, you could use something like bifocals.
Right.
And I have bifocals, but they're, I don't know. That was before I had a cataract in my left eye, or my right eye. Because my left eye has to do all the work. People don't realize the reason why the camera's set up the way it is so that my right eye or my left eye, which is doing the work of reading the chats, which is so all the chats are on the left side, and I'm facing you, and the camera's here. So you're seeing more from my right eye, or I'm looking into the left eye to see the chats and the comments.
So what's the reason you're losing your sight?
Well, in my case, my eyesight was born that way.
That's what I thought. So
yeah,
there's not like
I've been registered blind all my life. I've been registered blind all my life, so that's not a new thing. But the cataract in my right eye is just from age. The can't see eye drops are invaluable to keep my right eye clear, so I can see. And it does work with the right eye. It keeps the cataract out of the left eye. And when the cataract did try to start in the left eye, the can't see eye drops arrested it early enough and cleared my left eye up. But my right eye was so far gone that right now the can't see eye drops are still working, but there's a lot of cataract to remove. So it's, I'm very happy I can see, and and like I said, there's not too many registered blind and totally blind people doing YouTube right now, live streams, because it's very hard to do it. Because there's a lot of things that go on, especially with reading the comments, and so we have to, like right now. I'm gonna switch this over so you can see this now, because I'm gonna actually read some real comments right now, just because someone just came up here, so you can see what I'm talking about here. Well, I mean, they're all real comments, but you know what I mean. So let me just switch this over here so you can see what I'm talking about. Here I am. I'm going to look back at the comments now. So they are saying, now first thing I got to do is I got to find my cursor. Okay. I have a Mac, but I use my iPad all the time, says Tim Troll Talking. And you have a laptop or a desktop? Because I just bought a laptop. I bought a 2010 one because it's the color I want, and I know it's an older one, but then again, for what I need it for, it probably would be more than sufficient. I don't need to invest a lot of money. You're the first I know about. Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of live streamers that are registered blind on YouTube right now. There might be a few, but they're not really like out there. Okay, it's a laptop. So what's going to happen is you're going to see me look like a C prompt as I'll be typing like this, reading the screen like this. My chiropractor is going to love me. Of course, if I can turn on the speech to text, and I don't get people making my speech to text sessions nightmare, it might be practical to do it. But it's really, let me see if I can bring this game on here so you can see it better. I'm talking about here. Yeah, okay, so you'll be seeing me typing like this and reading the comment like this. And my back is like in a huge arch right now. And it's even worse when the computer's lowered down on the table. This desk was modified by me to be a little taller. That's why the screen is where it is. The screen is higher so that people back here can see better. It's higher, it's sitting on a platform here, and there we go. So it's sitting above the keyboard by about 4 inches. And then the screen is all the way up here. The laptop isn't going to be that close, and this laptop certainly not going to be no 22-inch screen. So for designing purposes for the blind, I had to make this computer set specifically so I could easily work it. And the same thing when I'm editing video. The editing video is challenging, but the difference is that I'm not exactly in real time pressure to try to get it right. Oh, here comes the cat again. Yeah. Oh, you're not going to show your bumhole, are you? Come on, Rusty. Yeah. Yeah, Rusty the cat. So, he's going to show his bumhole again. Screw that.
She does troll talking, except on Saturday, only an evening show, and Sunday's her day off.
Yeah. I take Sunday off so I can focus on things I have to do around the house, like chores and things like that. So, do you do both morning and evening streams? I might consider in the future doing a Saturday morning show and an evening show. But I like to sleep in a little bit on Saturday. And also that's when I can do any housework I have to get done on the weekend. Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. Morning show is Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to usually around 11:30, 12 noon. And then the night show is from 7 p.m. to about 8:30 p.m. Monday through Saturday. So, and then between those shows, I'm checking and watching the news and other content to find out what's going on so that we'll have something to bring up on the shows. Because I'm dedicated to doing my show and I want to make sure I go on camera with something to talk about. So somebody mentioned earlier that Botter retired. How long had Botter been on YouTube doing YouTube content? So good morning to you. I got up late, so I'm just coming in now. I enjoyed the show last night. I know you had a lot of problems with that ping, ping, ping. What a bunch of jerks. Yeah, yeah, we already covered that at the beginning of the show. Right now, we're covering, Craig, is how a person that is registered blind is using adaptive technology. Oh, let's see, a phone call. It's probably the. Okay, hold on a minute. It's probably for me. Hello? Okay. All right, thank you. They're going to be here in 10 minutes for the mattress. So, guys, just let you know that the mattress is going to be here in 10 minutes. So, it's just about time to get ready to wrap it up. But we can certainly
Hi,
talk
Andrew.
more about this tonight on the night show. And, yeah, I don't know. And just I can't stay long, Michelle, but I am so sorry about that. Don't worry about it, Andrew. It's okay. It's okay. It's over.
Andrew,
That's
everyone
past
has
tense. Don't worry
difference of
about it.
opinions.
You're just expressing your opinion, and it was just a crazy night. Okay, don't hold it against yourself. Okay, you have been forgiven. Okay, I absolve you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. You didn't mean harm.
No, you did.
Well, Ed's not here yet. He's not. I don't know when Ed's going to come by. That's another topic. But basically, in short, it's this. Ed doesn't know if he's going to come back up or not right now because he does not want to see me have any problems with my landlord. And so he's thinking is that he might want to just wait a little longer, get some money put together, and see if he can get some accommodations like a motel room or something. So, well, anyway, Andrew, I hope you come to tonight's show, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. And Craig, and like same here. Can you leave the monitor on so we can watch? Yeah, but that's all you're gonna see is the green screen behind me because they're not actually gonna be going in front of me when they bring it into the bedroom.
Isn't Mike still there, or did Mike leave?
I don't. Yeah, he's still here. He's in the other. He's on the couch. All right, guys, listen. Do me a favor. I will see you tonight at 7:00 Eastern time. I do want to record part 2 of the mattress, because is that a new series called The Mattress? Okay, whatever. That'll be an interesting TV show, The Mattress. 2 episodes. Yeah, I did do a video clip on the old mattress. And I
think everyone should tune in for the evening show because I think it might get interesting again.
Yeah, maybe instead of uploading it to YouTube, maybe I'll play the mattress tonight instead on the show. As you can see, the mattress, as it would have been a video upload. Maybe I'll just play it live in situ so you can see it. Kind of like a premiere without all the premiere stuff. I don't even know how premieres work anyway, but yeah, that might be what I might do. I might just go ahead and tonight's show, put the video together like if I was to upload it as a video clip instead, and I'll put it on the live show instead. Sounds good to me. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you very much. I will see you later on tonight, okay?
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, bye-bye, Leo. And for you guys, I'll see you later. Thank you for coming to the morning show. Andrew, you're always welcome to come on the panel. I love having you here. I love having you on the show. I love having everybody on the show. It's so awesome to be able to reach out to you guys. So, don't be afraid to jump in the panel. I mean, we all in the morning show is much more relaxed environment. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. All right. So bye-bye for now, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.